Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband,
Wife!
do you remember where the hell we are today and where we were on Friday and how we got here today on Monday?
Well, on Friday we read Ezekiel Chapter 45.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, we had God was telling Ezekiel to divide up land between certain people, like the Zadokites and the Levites and the kings and all kinds of fun shit like that.
Yeah.
So that was where we were on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And before we get into what we're doing today, I do want to give a shout out because we actually have a new patron and they have just recently they've just recently joined us as a patron, and I just wanted to say thank you. So, Hope H, we wanted to say thank you so much. They said that they think that we have a great balance and they enjoy the banter.
Aww.
And that you remind them a lot about things that they would say.
Aw, that is always so fun to hear because you would not believe how often I hear that I am outlandish or over the top or I don't know. I use too many F-bombs.
Stop telling them what I say about you. Oh,
never. No, it's not you. It's just people in general.
Kidding.
So it's always nice to hear from people that either enjoy me as a person or that are like me. That's even funner.
That's right.
Thank you, Hope.
Yeah, and thank you for joining as a patron. It really means a lot to us. We couldn't do this without you guys, honestly.
We're on a shoestring budget.
We
and
really are. Our
shoestring is frayed. So Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So that being said, we are hopping into Ezekiel. Oh, wait, what are we hopping into today? I almost messed that up. I'm taking your thunder there.
Ezekiel Chapter 46.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Ezekiel chapter 46, or as I like to refer to him affectionately, Ezekiel.
All right, let's do this.
And you know what's the easiest thing? We're almost fucking done with this guy.
That is really great because honestly, this last little bit here, the Torah of Ezekiel, is really kind of pissing me off with all the
Torah.
Basically,
you have too much Torah in your Torah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, a reminder that the final section of Ezekiel, chapters 40 through 48, which we are in the midst of, are often referred to as the Torah of Ezekiel.
Yeah, and they're holding up to their end
for good reason. Yes. So. We are going to
read the book.
Yeah. We are continuing on in this section, the ordinances of the temple.
Okay. All right. So now this rules of the temple. Okay.
Rules of the temple. Yeah. So it's just a continuation of where we were yesterday or Friday.
Okay? I feel like Ezekiel spent too much time reading Leviticus, and he needed to get his head out of his ass. Any ass, really.
The talking ass?
Yeah. And he needed to read some other more fun shit. Like, I mean, there's so many other books that would have been so much more fun to read.
Didn't we like Esther?
And study than Leviticus. But here we are reading Ezekiel, and he's just like basically reiterating all of Leviticus in his own little version of it.
He's like, you guys, I saw like this crazy four-faced guy, and he like was on wheels with wings and eyes, and
well, I mean,
God, it was crazy. Oh, but now 2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 16 + 16 is 32.
No, you know what I'm seeing here is like this is the guy that has had mental issues his whole life. You know, seen all kinds of things, crazy. Everybody thinks he's crazy, and then all of a sudden he's like, he's telling us, you know, all this ancient, you know, conspiracy theory. We got to go back to our roots, or everything's going to go bad.
Right.
You know, I can see who this guy is in today's world. Like I've met this guy.
Is he your prepper?
Maybe. Yeah, kind of.
Flat earther.
Possibly. Yeah. I was thinking more like your crazy uncle. You know.
So he's your Bigfoot believer.
Sure.
Maybe not flat Earth, but definitely Bigfoot, and questions whether we landed on the moon or not.
Yeah, definitely.
Hasn't taken a stance, but is open to the possibility.
Yeah,
that guy.
Right.
He's not like MAGA, like conspiracy theory, but he's conspiracy theory adjacent. Right?
I don't know. I think this guy might be full on conspiracy theory.
Really?
I mean, he's seeing fucking shit, and he's got visions.
But we just got through saying that he's Bigfoot, but not flat Earth.
Right, but you said that. He's building fucking temples in his goddamn head in my version.
Okay, so
I'm like, what the fuck's this guy doing?
He is flat Earth. He definitely questions whether we landed on the moon.
Right. That's kind of where I was leaning.
Okay.
That's where I was.
Sorry, I misunderstood. You said crazy uncle, and I was like, oh, that guy. I still want to hug him. I don't want to hug this guy.
I mean, whatever.
Because
it depends on his personality.
Okay, but this guy, he's all MAGA all the time.
It seems that way.
So I don't want to hug that because it's basically hugging a Nazi. And I'm not about it.
Right.
Punch a Nazi in the wiener.
You know how I feel about rehabilitation. And,
you are really big on that because you are a good person. I, however, am a cunt. And I'm just trying to live my best life and figure out all my mental health issues one pill at a time.
Right.
And I don't have time to spare for rehab.
Got it.
For other people when I'm trying to rehab myself.
That's fair. That's
okay.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
We all got to take care of us first.
Right.
You got to put your mask on first when you're on the plane.
Yeah.
Or else you'll die.
Sure. I mean, you're going to die anyway if you're on the plane and it's going down.
Well, okay, but you know, like they say when the masks drop, you put your own oxygen mask on first before you help
for the euphoria so that you don't know you die when you die.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit like this. Is that what, honestly?
It's pure oxygen.
Yeah, but I thought it was like for turbulence, like when shit is going really bad, but like you're still flying.
No, all that shit that they give you to do when the plane's going down, it's just to make you feel better. It gives you something to do and not panic.
Oh.
Yeah, you're dead.
So,
I mean,
really,
that's just,
So really what I ought to be doing is getting out my phone and texting everybody, I love you, I'm dying.
Yeah.
And please feed the cat.
I mean, to be fair, the mask might help you from passing out, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. So
maybe I want to pass out before
I probably do.
Crash.
I mean, I think, if I was going to, that might be a better way.
Oh, I can't. That's, plane crash. No. Okay, this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Yeah.
The gate of the inner court facing east, the one that God left by early on, and then he came back by it.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
he's all about that east.
Right.
I'm all about that east, No, west.
No, I don't know. No. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Meghan Trainor.
No, I'm aware.
What's her name? Meghan Trainor?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm aware of what you were doing. I just didn't agree with it.
You didn't agree with it? You didn't believe in it, or you just didn't like it?
I wasn't feeling it anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, he's all about the east. And that is going to be shut on the 6 working days, but on the Sabbath day and on the day of the new moon, because we're pagan up in this bitch, it is to be opened. You
Okay.
can't go in it, but it's open.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, you know why? So that God can go out and take a leak
Right.
and then come back in and hold it for another week.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to show up because he's going to be there because he's in the temple.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got to go out and, do
He's got
something.
to stretch a little bit. Then,
Right. He's gotta take
and
a
then,
stroll.
And then they're like, get back in your box, God. The prince is to enter from the outside through the portico of the gateway and stand by the gatepost. And let us not forget that the prince is the king. And they Ezekiel uses those terms interchangeably.
Right.
Okay. The priests are to sacrifice his burnt offering and his fellowship offering.
Okay.
He is to bow down and worship at the threshold of the gateway and then go out, but the gate will not be shut until evening.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a correction to make.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because it was a movie that I loved, I said that the oxygen masks on the planes just give you a sense of euphoria. According to Google, that's not true, and it's just been something that's been popularized by the movie Fight Club, which is where I got it from.
Oh, my God. You were
So I could be
lying
wrong.
to me.
Could be wrong. Yeah.
You were misleading
But
me.
regardless.
So definitely put your fucking mask on, you guys.
I mean, but like there is some sense of like the tasks you're doing
It's
are just
control.
keeping you busy as you're plummeting to your death.
Okay,
So-
but maybe you're not plummeting to your death. It's just really bad turbulence. Maybe an engine went out and then bloop, 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 it kicks back on. You don't know. You don't know every plane.
All right.
You haven't tested every Boeing to make sure that all the doors are on wrong.
Honestly, they didn't either.
I know. Damn. So anyway, mask up, bitches.
Yeah.
All right. On the Sabbaths and new moons, again, because we're pagan.
Right.
The people of the land are to worship in the presence of the Lord at the entrance of that gateway.
Because when he comes back from his stroll, he's going to be hanging out there? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah. The burnt offering the prince brings to the Lord on the Sabbath day is to be 6 male lambs and a ram, all without defect.
I am
only
curious.
the best for God.
I'm curious here. Because we built this whole fucking temple.
We built this temple.
Yeah, with all the places to sacrifice and eat shit in, right? And God lives there, and the whole
And the
thing, right?
priesties live there.
But now on the Sabbath, we're going to go out to the gate to sacrifice shit and give to the Lord.
There's
what's
an
the-
altar out there. There's an altar at that gate.
But why? What's the temple for then? I don't understand. Is that like why do we have a temple if we're just going to do all this shit over at the gate?
Because making your sacrifices at the altar is different from all your other godly duties that you're doing.
But there was also an altar in the temple.
Right, but they do different. Remember, like early on
I
in
gotcha.
Leviticus, like sometimes they put the blood on this, and sometimes they put the blood on that. Like they have these cute little, like daily
Rituals?
planners. Yeah, rituals.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is my morning ritual. This is my evening ritual. This is my sacrifice at the East Gate ritual. Like they know what they're doing. They have planners.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
And they just do their thing at different altars on different days.
Okay.
It makes it special.
I bet if it's raining, they stay inside.
I bet they do. I bet you're right. The grain offering given with the ram is to be an ephah, and the grain offering with the lambs is to be as much as he pleases,
Oh, okay.
along with a hin of olive oil for each ephah. I see some measuring units I'm going to be looking up for a Q&A.
Right, yeah.
On the day of the new moon, because we're pagan, he is to offer a young bull, 6 lambs, and a ram, all without defect.
Okay, all right.
He is to provide as a grain offering 1 ephah with the bull, 1 ephah with the ram, and with the lambs as much as he wants to give, along with a hin of oil for each ephah.
We should really put out there like a conversion kit for like ephahs and what's the other fucking measurements we came across and hins, but there was something else.
Rods and
whatever, yeah. We should have a biblical conversion, like if you want to build something biblically.
Oh my gosh.
Here's your conversion kit. You know,
Yeah.
this equals that and that equals this. So
It's funny too because you'd have to.
I'm sure there's probably one out there somewhere, but
You'd have to like not just include miles and kilometers and acres.
Right. Because we want to be fair to the,
everybody.
The U.S. is the only idiots that still use the fucking, imperial system. So
like science and
we
math
didn't even create it.
progressed.
We just still use it because we're,
because we can't let it go.
We don't want to make math great again.
I want to make math great again.
I do too.
I want us to go to space.
We've been there, but yeah.
I want us to continue our space program.
We should be so much further along with that whole thing that it's kind of absurd how much we regressed.
Yes.
Since our space program started.
Yes.
So
we should be so far exploring, and we should have the beginnings of a moon base. I'm not saying we should have a moon base.
But it should be, we should have like some supplies up there at least.
And, experiments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There should be all kinds of stuff.
I agree.
We should be planning our first long-term manned missions to various places.
And we kind of are doing that. Like, we have missions planned to Mars and stuff, but it's you're right. We are very lacking in our ambition to get to various places in space.
Why do we not have that ambition? Why don't we want to go learn, see, be, do?
Because it was never about science. It was about war.
I know.
And it's still we don't do things because they're the right and interesting thing to do. We do things because we want to kill other people, and that's been obvious since the beginning of time, as noted in the Bible.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, right.
Fucking Bible. It just makes me sad. Like, we could be so much better. Like, our healthcare, like, we could supply health for every person on this planet if we Earthlings got our shit together. It just makes no fucking sense.
We could at least do a very much better job than we currently do.
Sure.
Now, I don't want to go so far as to say everybody, but definitely a lot better.
Yeah. It's grotesque.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, when the prince, who has no problem with healthcare and isn't thinking about space, when he enters, he is to go in through the portico of the gateway. I love the word portico.
Yeah.
And he is to come out the same way. Okay. Don't get lost.
Right.
Come out the way you came in. Okay. When the people of the land come before the Lord at the appointed festivals, whoever enters by the north gate to worship is to go out the south gate. And whoever enters by the south gate is to go out the north gate. So they've got like this flow of traffic. Okay. So if you came in one, you got to go out the other or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I'd have to see like a fire escape map. You know how like when you are in important buildings like office buildings and stuff, they always have like the fire path. Like, here is the nearest fire exit from this room. Yeah, that's what I need.
I just wonder what the purpose was for that.
Because there were so many people, they were directing traffic, literally.
Okay.
It was just to keep the flow of traffic so that...
Now, to be fair, this temple doesn't actually exist, and so these things never actually happened. This is all directing traffic in Ezekiel's head.
Well, yes and no. This specific temple did not exist, but there were other temples that had similar traffic flow.
I'm good with there being similar temples, but this is specifically...
No, you're right. You're
Ezekiel's temple. We're discussing how to manage the traffic at the temple that never existed.
Okay, but to be fair to me, you asked a question, why? And I gave you a very logical answer based on the information that we have.
I suppose.
You just want to be persnickety.
No, I'm merely pointing out that this is all in the fucker's head.
No, it is. You're right.
That's
100%. Yes, I'm with you. Okay?
Yeah.
No one is to return through the gate by which they entered, but each is to go out the opposite gate. God damn it.
Yeah.
Did I see you come in the south and now you're trying to sneak out the south?
What if you dropped something out are you allowed to go back out and get it? Or are you kind of like fucked until like the day after Sabbath?
You just yell, hey, can you pick that thing up? Bring it in. I'm not allowed out there.
Hey, George, on your way out, can you grab that? I dropped it over. Just grab it for me, man. I'll meet you out on the whatever over there.
Because this bitch is several acres, so you'd have to walk all the way around.
Well, that's depending on which measurements we're using.
Right. I'm just saying,
right.
You'd have to walk all the way around it to get to the other side to go in the correct door.
Yeah.
Like, if the traffic was heavy enough, don't you think you could get away with sneaking back in?
I think you, but we're assuming that God's keeping track of what you're doing too, right? These are directions on how to enter and exit the fucking temple that are directed by Ezekiel from God.
Okay, you're right.
Do you really want to break the way that you enter and exit the temple that were directly told to you by Ezekiel, was told by God?
Me as an atheist?
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, no.
But me in the time of Ezekiel, where I'm still probably an atheist because I'm just like that.
Sure.
And I ask questions.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get killed or raped.
Right.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Oh, so this reminds me of a conversation somebody was having on, I forget, it might have been Instagram. I'm not really sure. But they were like, you atheists, you're all the same. You should get up on a stage and then just pronounce that you don't believe in God up there and see what happens. And I'm like, we've been doing it on our podcast for 4 years.
Right.
And I was like, and moreover, and I linked to it, I said, we did have a live where we got up on stage for an hour and said that we didn't believe in God, and we're still fucking here, dude.
And we attended a free thought convention, and there were plenty of atheists and agnostics on stage there.
Yeah, moreover, you can find plenty of atheists and agnostics on stage all over YouTube.
Right.
They're all over the fucking place. It's not something unique.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm like, what is, yes, people, we have ideas. We say the ideas. God doesn't strike us down. Because there's no fucking God, dude.
Right.
And besides, even if there were, he seems to not really give a shit.
Right.
So, part of being an atheist is admitting that we don't know everything.
Sure.
Everything, right?
Obviously.
We have a very strong, not even sneaking, pretty sure suspicion that God is not fucking real, right?
We do not believe in higher powers.
Yeah, that is essentially our stance. But if God came down and told me directly, I am here and I am God, then I've been proven wrong. I'm wrong. You know?
I mean, we've said it before. We have zero problem being proven wrong. The right and wrong of it, like, being right is not our goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having the correct information is the goal.
Right.
And if that means that we're wrong, okay.
And why can't we just be honest? You fuckers are taking your direction from people who were herding sheep in the ancient Middle East.
Right?
Yeah, and there's no basis to believe any of this shit.
Yeah.
And that's why we read this thing the way we do, because even if we get our facts a little bit off occasionally, and we don't do it intentionally, we're genuinely trying to understand this thing, and we're genuinely trying to read it with the best, thought process we can muster up as we're going through it.
Given that we were not raised in religion and have never read any of this.
But there is no reason. There's no proof. There's no basis for taking any of this information and saying that it's true, other than the texts that we're reading. There is nothing else. Yeah. And I can't, that's why I can't take any of this real seriously. It's just ancient texts. And I wouldn't, I could take it seriously as a piece of literature that existed. Right. If we didn't still have to pretend like, if most of us didn't have to pretend like we somehow abide by these laws and rules because of social pressures to be Christian or to be whatever. Right. That's the bullshitty part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I know here's my tangent for today, so.
So anyway, the prince.
Right, the prince, yes.
The prince is to be among them, going in when they go in and going out when they go out.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Okay. At the feasts and the appointed festivals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about all them
unleavened bread things and all the things, the shelters and whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. The grain offering is to be an ephah with a bull, an ephah with a ram, and with the lambs as much as he pleases, along with a hin of oil for each ephah. Okay. All right. Yep. Don't forget your hin.
I like how they say as much as he pleases, because that strikes me as, but I bet he's holding some back for himself. That was that bit where I was like, he's got some leeway there somewhere,
When the prince provides a free will offering to the Lord, whether a burnt offering or fellowship offerings, the gate facing east is to be opened for him. Okay.
Okay.
He shall offer his burnt offering or his fellowship offerings as he does on the Sabbath day.
So these are the ones, so the gates to be opened on these non-Sabbath days that are festivals when he's doing these specific tributes or whatever the fuck they are, the offerings, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of. I guess it's another ritual. It's another practice. It's another thing.
Yep.
But, okay. All right.
It's another thing to jot down in your planner.
Yeah.
Then he shall go out, and after he has gone out, the gate will be shut.
Okay.
Just shut that gate.
Yeah.
Every day you are to provide a year-old lamb without defect.
Right.
That's a lot of fucking lambs.
Yeah.
For a burnt offering to the Lord. Morning by morning you shall provide it.
Wow.
That is a lot of fucking lambs.
Yeah.
How did they not make the lamb population like not exist?
Well, there was also a lot of fucking lambs. They were feeding the people. So I mean, the clothing, feed, like they were taking care of. There was a lot of lambs. Okay. Like, how do we have enough cows to feed all the fucking Americans who want hamburgers? There's a lot of fucking cows.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. I'm just like, one every day though. Like, where'd you keep them all? I don't know. 365, you know? That's a lot of fucking sheep.
It's really not, though, in the grand scheme of things.
It's kind of like in movies where the dude says to the woman he's wooing, I'm going to send you 1,000 roses.
Yeah.
But then when
More like 24.
When the yeah.
Sorry. When the what now?
When the person, like the director,
Yeah.
is putting it together, yeah, it looks like it's only about 24.
Right.
So he has to do much more than 1,000 roses.
Sure.
To make it look like.
Right.
So it's actually more like, 10,000 roses or some shit like that.
Right.
So I just like have a really hard time picturing,
Right. Yeah.
what it actually is.
Gotcha.
I have rose syndrome. You are also to provide with it morning by morning a grain offering, which I would call coffee.
Right.
I need a
Wait,
cup
coffee.
of.
Oh.
It's not
okay.
grain. I just
Yeah,
need a cup
you
of
just need a cup
coffee
of
every.
coffee, right.
And they say morning by morning. I say coffee.
This seems like this is the priest or king's breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Consisting of a sixth
Yeah.
of an ephah with a third of a hin of oil to moisten the flour.
Okay.
I don't like the word moist.
No. Yeah.
The presenting of this grain offering to the Lord is a lasting ordinance.
Huh.
It's a forever law. Don't you
Okay.
fucking forget it. Okay?
Yeah.
So the lamb and the grain offering and the oil shall be provided morning by morning for a regular burnt offering. Wonder if they still do that.
I doubt it.
They never did it
seems,
because-
all these things that they've been listing off in this last bit of Ezekiel seem very grifty. Like, it's very fucking grifty.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that last week. Yeah. Very grifty. Moreover, you pointed out, doesn't like the coming of Jesus make all this shit null and void?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like,
No, like,
what?
there's no point in making this temple at this point.
To the Christians, there's no point.
Right.
To the Jewish
That's true.
people, they
That's
would
true.
think, no, there is still very much reason.
Right.
And to the Christians, they're like, don't impact us none, but go ahead, because we really like it when your prophecy happens so that our religion can kickstart.
Well, but the Christians do still believe that this temple has to be built because it's part of their prophecy as well.
It's just so
And
weird.
so it's
Our religion depends, I know we keep saying this, our religion depends on your religion. So as soon
Right.
as your religion does its thing, then our religion will start shooting off the fireworks.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, that just makes no fucking sense.
yeah.
And then, like, Islam is out there going, what do we do?
Right.
Do we fit in any?
I don't-
Is
I
anybody
don't
waiting
think-
on us?
They just created something kind of
Different.
entirely different. So
Yeah. I had read a little bit about it. I'm really interested if we get there because they have some really interesting stories.
yeah, I mean, I think we would be really bored in the beginning of the Quran because there's going to be a lot of repeat because it's the Old Testament stuff. There's a lot of the Old Testament stuff in the Quran.
Yeah, but
Right.
some of it is like different. Like it's the same people, but told
Sure.
from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm really interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever. Two religions sharing one book is just so weird. And then you've got that other one that's like, we got some of the main characters, but we're like non-canon. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I just made myself laugh. Okay. This is what the sovereign Lord says.
Okay.
If the prince makes a gift from his inheritance. Oh, we're moving on to land shit now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If the prince makes a gift from his inheritance to one of his sons, it will also belong to his descendants. It is to be their property by inheritance.
Got it.
If, however, he makes a gift from his inheritance to one of his servants, the servant may keep it until the year of freedom, meaning the end of the tribulation. What's that called?
Right. No, I know what you're talking about. It was the 7-year thing or whatever. But that's interesting because we had also learned that the time that they were talking about in Ezekiel that they celebrated that
what is that
festival
thing called? Jubilation.
Jubilation, yeah.
Not tribulation.
Yeah. That time that they celebrated there might have been the very last time that was ever celebrated. So that's interesting that it's brought up in that manner.
He's like, we're going back to jubilations.
But I do have a problem with the fact that the kings are allowed to gift land in these God-given areas. Right?
I actually have some notes about this. So do you want me to get into it in our Q&A, or do you want me to get into it now?
Go ahead and get into it now.
Okay. Because there were some interesting things about it that I was like, okay, hang on.
Right.
Hold on. I've got next chapter notes clogging up my shit here.
Just while you're looking, my biggest problem with the whole kings are allowed to give their sons and then descendants all get this land is that God is dispersing this land to the kings, and then if there's a new king that's from a different group, what do they just keep divvying up this land, or what's the deal?
Hang on. Like I said, let me find what I'm looking for because I did read something about it. Okay. Inheritance given to sons and to servants in order, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not it. Okay. If he made a similar gift to one of his servants, the land returned to the king at the year of Jubilee. This ensured that the royal family retained possession of its land. Hold on before you jump in.
Sure.
And that the king was not tempted to seize other people's land to compensate for what he gave away. So, like, if he gives one of his servants or best buds or whatever some land, like, he might walk up to some, poor schmo and be like, your land is mine now because I just gave some away over there.
So this is more politics then?
Yes.
Like, to appease the king, to keep the kings in check and be like, you can give land away to whoever you want to, but they don't get to keep it past the 7 years, whatever. So.
Yeah. And, you might as well keep it in the fam because it's coming back to fam anyway. This is all you get.
I see that is a way to handle it, but then at the same time, if that family just decides to keep gifting it, they still might want to recoup land somewhere else because they just like, these people are cool and they get this land indefinitely, and each king, on down the line keeps giving them that land, right? And then they're like, well, but we want some more land, so we're just going to take some more. You know what I mean? I don't see how that really stops them. It just gives them control to kick them out if they want to.
Yeah. And also it gives the priests a little bit of, I don't want to say power over the king, but it's almost a checks and balance where they have something to hold against him.
Right.
Like to pull him up short and be like, well, king,
you can't take this land because technically you haven't really given this land to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just, loaned.
Yeah.
So
stop.
Get up off that other fucking land because you still have that.
Or conversely, hey, we were going to do this, but unless you give land to so-and-so up until Jubilee, we're not going to do that.
Right. But I'm sure our listeners are also aware of how sex works.
Oh,
and, when kings and other people, generally speaking, fuck, they create more kids, right?
They do.
Yeah. And then when that next generation fucks some more, they also create more kids. And it's like
exponential growth.
Right, exponential growth, right?
Yes.
So if these kings keep giving land away to their kids, eventually that land also disappears that way.
True. That is true.
I'm just saying there's no way that this all works out in a very long-term scheme.
It's not that the land disappears. It's the same land, but there's less of it to go around, so it's more crowdy.
Right.
So the land didn't disappear.
But let's say that first king, when they build this new temple, gives away 5 acres to his first son, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that's 5 acres that that family then has.
Right. But it's still in the family. So, like, it's not.
Yeah, but when you get 20 generations on, do you really give a fuck who was in that first generation? No, you don't even know who the fuck they were.
Right.
It doesn't matter anymore. You probably don't even hardly know how you got to where you are. You just happen to have this land over here that somebody in the distant past gave you.
Right.
That's all.
I don't know how it all works. I don't get it.
It doesn't work very long. That's all.
It's not.
That's all I'm saying.
It's not great.
Right.
It's not good long-term thinking.
This is short. Yeah, this is a short-term fix for not whatever. It's
a short-term fix for greed.
Yeah,
is what it really comes down to.
Right.
Land grabs.
Right.
So anyway, the king, his inheritance belongs to his sons only. It is theirs. The prince must not take any of the inheritance of the people, driving them off their property. He is to give his sons their inheritance out of his own property, so that not one of my people will be separated from their property.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm sure that didn't work out perfectly. Well, it hasn't worked out at all because it's still never. Yeah, never mind. I'm sorting this all out in my head. It reads like it's happening, like like we're reading about a history.
I know,
but it's not a history. It's still a vision. So
yeah, I know.
It's so detailed.
Annoying.
It's just like it's reading like Kings or Chronicles,
and then this is going to happen, and we're doing this.
Fucking Ezekiel's goddamn drug-riddled dream.
Right. This is really going to piss you off, or at least it pissed me off. Like, remember on Friday when it was on Saturday in the Q&A, and I had brought up who's that golden man, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, and this is the last mention of him, because according to my notes, it was.
Oh, but we're going to mention him again?
Guess what?
He's right here.
Then the man brought me through the entrance.
Oh, okay.
At the side of the gate to the sacred rooms facing north.
Okay.
And I'm like, excuse me.
That's kind of like a random reintroduction to him, because like we haven't really been discussing. I don't feel like we're in the vision right now.
Yeah.
It feels like we're just discussing something.
Like a report instead of a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see how that one could easily be bypassed as a mention of the angel or whatever the fuck it is.
But I saw that when I was in my notes and I was like, hang on a second.
Right.
Yeah. So my notes betrayed me.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sacred rooms facing north, which belonged to the priests, and the man showed me a place at the western end.
Okay.
He said to me...
He did it. Okay.
So he talking, gold guy talking.
That's a first. Okay.
Gold, brass, bronze. If you listen to our Saturday Q&A, you will know what I'm talking about here.
Right. Oh, I guess he probably was talking before, but he didn't really say it out loud, but because he was having to give, measurements and shit. So
yeah,
he probably was talking before, but.
So anyway, now he says to me, he says, this is the place where the priests are to cook the guilt offering and the sin offering and bake the grain offering to avoid bringing them into the outer court and consecrating the people. So they got to keep their materials clean, and people who are not quote unquote clean cannot defile the materials.
Right. It's code for this is the priest's meal.
Well, yeah.
That's all. Yeah. And then none of those fuckers out there get any of that.
Sure.
Okay.
He then brought me to the outer court and led me around to its four corners. That's a lot of acres you walk in.
If we're to believe.
If it was measured in rods
instead of cubits.
Cubits, yeah. Led me around the four corners, and I saw in each corner another court. Like a tennis court?
No.
No?
No, like a food court, probably.
A food court. Panda Express.
Well, I mean, they were really about food in these times, right?
Mm-hmm.
These temples were all about slaughtering animals and eating food in special sacred ways that was supposedly being done for God. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it could very easily be like some sort of a sacred food court.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
The next time we go to a food... I mean, God, it's been ages since we've been to a mall.
Yeah.
But the next time, some year, if we visit a food court, we should bring some candles. Mm-hmm. And we should, chant like monks.
Yeah.
And we should have stones.
We should have one of our first, gatherings for our podcast at a mall food court.
Oh, my God, that'd be funny. That would be hilarious. I call dibs on the Chinese food. If somebody in our group gets there before me, you have to let me cut in line.
My favorite thing at food courts is when they're passing out the free samples.
I love that.
It's so great.
I love that. And okay, I am such a trash human because I love Sbarro.
Yeah.
And nobody's supposed to love that, I guess. But I do.
Yeah.
Because I love cheese and bread and pizza.
Right.
Which is cheese and bread.
I mean, I think that if you love pizza, cheese and you're not real picky, then it doesn't really fucking matter where you get it from.
I think Swarro is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
And I was having a discussion with somebody today who agrees with me 100% that, it was last night, that Chuck E. Cheese has really good pizza.
They have pretty good pizza.
They do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always weary about eating it because you're there with a bunch of kids, and I'm like, what the fuck has happened to this pizza since it got sat down?
Well, yeah.
And I have a problem with that and birthday cake for the same reasons.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. It's true. It's so funny because
you might get booger,
No, it's true.
Yeah.
Or, COVID spit.
Right.
It's so funny because with regard to our kids, like you got over that whole ick factor.
With them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But like it did not go away.
No.
You just got used to our kids.
Right.
And you're like, oh, they're not icky.
Yeah,
they're just
immediate family is immediate family. Yeah. But like when you get beyond that, I'm still worried about the boogers.
Yeah.
So.
No, I don't. I mean, it's funny because if it was our kids, you'd be like, well, I ate one of my kids' boogers.
You know what, though? I know my kids would not put a booger on there.
That's true.
And our kids were not ones that would reach and just put their hands in fucking food for no reason. Yeah, they
weren't grabby.
So.
Like so many kids are so grabby.
It wasn't as much of a concern.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. So.
Why are we talking about this? How did we get here?
Because it's really boring what we're talking about otherwise.
We're trying so hard to how can I have fun in my life? Not with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In the four corners of the outer food court, just kidding, the outer court were enclosed courts 40 cubits long and 30 cubits wide. Or rods, who the fuck knows. But our translation says cubits.
Sure.
Each of the courts in the four corners was the same size. Around the outside, just kidding. Around the inside of each of the four courts was a ledge of stone with places for fire built all around the ledge, all around under the ledge.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah.
He said to me, these are the kitchens where those who minister at the temples are to cook the sacrifices of the people. The end.
Oh, okay.
That was abrupt.
So they're not food courts; they're kitchen courts. Okay.
This is where they cook their shit.
Enough. Just like those big fires that were around the edges; those are just big barbecue pits, apparently.
Yeah.
So basically,
I mean, honestly, that could be kind of cool.
It could. You know what? We have this festival around here called the Pork Festival.
Yeah, in Preble County, Ohio.
Like everywhere you go there's somebody with like a big long grill cooking pork chops. And actually, one of my grandparents when I was younger, he used to him and his church had a booth there every year, and they would cook pork chops. So I went there a couple of years to help out, and it was one of the greatest things ever because you're sitting there cooking pork chops, and occasionally, maybe a little more often than needed to happen, one would hit the grass.
Oh no!
And I know. You can't sell that one. So obviously you got to eat it.
Yeah.
And
you got to damage it out.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. You just can't sell that to other people. But,
right.
Yeah, it was tragic. It was really tragic. Yeah.
I love the Preble County Pork Fest. My first experience with it. When I first moved here to Ohio, back in the end of 2000. So I've lived here, it feels like forever and still new.
Right.
But there was this a cappella band that traveled, Tonic Sulfa.
Yeah.
And they're still on YouTube, but they were ahead of their time. Like,
I actually always get them confused with that
pentatonics.
Pentatonics, yeah.
Tonic Sulfa is ahead of their time because they were doing it. It was so popular. Like they were doing a lot of covers. They were putting out albums.
Yeah.
And like it just seemed like they couldn't quite get the traction.
Right.
And then like pentatonics hit. And it was like, womp womp.
Yeah, there's only room for one, a
cappella band. Yeah. Like we're the exception. Yeah.
But no, they were pretty good.
They were really good. And they had like a comedy kind of thing. Like they were very talented and they were funny. They were great showmen.
And they were accessible, if I recall. They kind of like walked around the pork festival and stuff too, I think.
They were very friendly. They made fun a little bit of the Pork Fest being such a like hick country thing.
Yeah.
Because like they're used to playing in like coliseums,
Sure.
like California.
Right.
And then they come, to the Midwest Pork Fest.
And it's true. No, I mean Preble County is definitely.
I mean, this is like the place where they've got tractor pools.
Yeah, we had those when I grew up in a town called Farmersville, and we had tractor pools out, and we had to catch grease pigs. Like that was a thing.
Yeah, like the country is real, you guys.
The country is real. Yeah.
It's you can literally drive down a road and get caught behind a tractor, and
all the time.
And you can legitimately tell your boss, "I'm so sorry I was late. I was caught behind a tractor."
Yep,
and it tracks. They're like, of course.
Well, it tracks if you don't if you're not going to work in a city.
Sure. No, but I mean, like, if you are going to work in the middle of Dayton, but they know that you live out in the country and you say, I got caught behind a tractor coming in, they will believe you.
If they know anything about the country.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're talking
Obviously.
to. There are people who are strictly city around here.
No, I know.
But there are a lot of people that live in the, country. So it is what it is.
I have to say, like, this sounds so crazy. Like, there are actually gangs in Dayton. Like, not a lot, not hardcore, but like there is some gang activity here.
Okay.
But I can't take it seriously for two reasons. And like, I know, right? Like a gun's a gun and you can get shot regardless of how seriously you take it.
Yeah.
Right? Like the gun doesn't care about your fucking feelings, dumbass.
Sure.
Okay, but here's two reasons I cannot take Dayton gang seriously.
Okay.
You drive 20 minutes in any direction and you're in a fucking cornfield with signs pointing you to the corn maze and fresh produce and I cooked too much or I grew too many cucumbers, free tomatoes, take them.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, really, gangs? Really? 20 minutes out and it's all country. Okay. That's the one thing. The other thing is that, okay, I lived in San Antonio. And they got some fucking gangs out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, like, Dayton's cute and all.
I'm not sure how we got on the subject of gangs here.
I'm just saying, like, cornfields.
Sure.
That's what we were talking about.
That's a great correlation.
Yeah. Because all I can think is, like, you drive out the city 20 minutes in any direction and you're in the cornfield.
It's true.
It is true.
Definitely is the case.
The country is real.
It is. All right, guys. I think we have about killed this episode.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm a little tired and loopy.
So that was Ezekiel Chapter 46.
It sure as fuck was.
Which means that we'll be back tomorrow with
Ezekiel Chapter 47.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.